Hi guys, welcome to the Challenge Podcast, the show dedicated to transforming your life. I'm Coach Steve.
And I'm Coach Helen, and we're excited to bring you the best information on exercise, nutrition, mindset and health. Let's get on with the show.
What's up guys, Coach Steve here, and welcome back to another episode of the Challenge Podcast. In today's episode, I'm joined with one of Max's top 10 finalists of the January Challenge. We've got Simon Hitchcock. Simon, welcome to the Challenge Podcast.
G'day Steve, g'day everyone else.
Man, I'm so excited to spend a little bit of time chatting with you. Would you like to start by telling us a little bit about yourself, maybe where you're from, what you do for work, and who is Simon?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a bit of a country boy from regional New South Wales, currently living and working in Sydney as a building surveyor, so sort of office-bound position, which limits the physical activity I currently do or used to do, and that's sort of who I am.
Yeah, right. How long have you been living in Sydney for?
I've been in Sydney a couple of years now. Made the move down here just for work purposes.
Now, Simon, I want to start by asking why. Why did you choose to start the challenge? What's your story?
So my story is I'm getting married this year. I was getting married this year before COVID came along. And the idea was to sort of get the body into wedding shape prior to that date. I did a little bit of look around and tried to find sort of a program that would suit my lifestyle and I guess capabilities when it comes to fitness and health, and albeit when sort of stumbled across Max's, checked out some reviews, which were all good, and signed up and sort of never looked back.
And the rest is history.
That's it.
So have you planned another date for your wedding?
Yeah, so it's actually worked out about 12 months to the day from when it was meant to be in August. So got a little bit more time to even work on the physique a bit more now. But yeah, it's definitely given me a little kickstart and a head start, I guess, for the wedding next year now.
Yeah. Well, mate, tell me a little bit about your background in training. Were you exercising before the challenge started?
Yeah, look, I have done some exercise in the past, and sort of it revolved around team sports when I used to play a fair few different sports, but nothing serious. I guess they were social sporting teams and whatnot. But I always found myself committing to training, different types of training, and then sort of never being able to follow through because I didn't have a goal or direction provided. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I sort of ended up falling into a slump every single time. It was always the same old story. Yeah, I get real keen 3-4 weeks in and sort of then back to doing nothing. So that was the limit of my training, I guess.
Yeah. Mate, Simon, I want to talk a little bit about some of the challenges that you may have faced while completing the challenge. Now, every person is going to have their own unique barriers to overcome that. But can you speak a little bit about some things that you may have had to overcome to get this amazing result that you have over the past 12 weeks?
Yeah, I think especially with this, from what I'm hearing with this challenge, everyone's had the same, this is probably going to be the same answer to everyone else, but the COVID and the shutting of the gyms definitely played a part throughout the challenge. But once I adjusted and sort of got the home set up with what I could, it was pretty easy going after that. But it was just there's a little bit involved in working out what sort of exercises could be substituted along the way and what could be done to cover what you were missing, not having access to the gym. But other than that, I guess balancing my previous lifestyle with what the challenge offers in terms of nutrition and the training regimes and those sort of things. So it was more of a balancing act, which was good because it sort of put me in the line in a few areas that I was sort of probably giving myself a bit of a wide berth, whereas the challenge sort of held me accountable to those. It was just more of a balancing act, I guess, between health and lifestyle.
Yeah, I hear you. Sometimes if you were alluding to your social life and work career and such, it's such a fine balancing act. When you throw in something that you want to do, like get fit and healthy, then you throw in some family, some friends, some work events, it becomes this really big balancing act. I actually wanted to speak a little bit about your partner. My first assumption is that you guys live together. Am I correct?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
What was it like? Well, firstly, was she doing the challenge with you? And then secondly, what was it like at home, exercising together maybe or eating together? What was that dynamic like?
Yeah, that's interesting. So obviously we do live together. She didn't do the challenge, but she got dragged along for the ride. There's no doubt in that. So the nutrition side of things, she got roped into sort of my obsession when it comes to anything. So it was sort of by the plan. And so she tagged along, and she's really enjoyed it as well. So she's sort of a fit, active sort of person as well. And she's sort of been listening to my rambles about what I've learnt throughout it, being nutrition and whatnot. So she tagged along. She's really enjoyed it. And I'm still trying to con her into getting into the next challenge, but I think I've almost got her there.
Yeah, so good. Well, mate, leading on to what you were saying about learning, that's my next question. Throughout the 12 weeks, most people go through a stage of learning, let that be learning about nutrition or maybe learning something about themselves, such as, I didn't think I could do it, but I now learned that I can do it. Can you speak a little bit about some things that you may have learned either, through the challenge structure or just on your own, maybe on like YouTube or Instagram or your own learnings and reads and such? Like, what have you learned over the past 12 weeks?
Yeah, well, plenty. I guess the big one sort of for me was nutrition. I always thought I generally ate reasonably healthy, and I still think I did eat healthy, but a lot of things revolving around serving sizes and portion controls, what you should be eating and how many times you should be eating that a day, different proteins and the carbs, the fats and everything. Carbs aren't a bad thing, it turns out. But other than that, I guess a big one was that I actually enjoy training. I used to think of it as more of a chore, working out, but sort of now at the end of the challenge, I find myself like, well, it's sort of 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I need to be training. That's what I do now.
I love that. Because you really highlighted there like that idea of like this identity change, right? So part of it is that self-talk where in the past you said that exercise was like a chore, but now it's something it's almost enjoyable. It's like a reward for the day. It's like, now I'm able to exercise. I'm fit and I'm active. I'm healthy. I'm not injured. I'm feeling good. I'm now able to exercise. And now you're that person where it is, like 5 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever time it is, and goes, all right, it's workout time. It's not time to sit on the couch and watch Netflix. And that is a sign of a successful transformation. So if you're listening to this and you're wondering how quickly it takes to change, well, change happens in a moment, right? If you say, I am now this person that exercises, that's going to be a long-lasting change. Simon, I wanted to now go into a little bit of a question and answer to get to know you a little bit more. So first question here, are you team squats or team deadlifts?
I'm a squats man.
Squats man? Any style of squat?
No, just your conventional back squat. That's my go-to.
Quality. Okay, what's your favorite exercise then?
Bench press. Everyone loves a bench, don't they?
Nice. What's your favorite muscle to flex?
Pulling a chest. That's because I never used it. I never used to have one, and now I've got one. And I'm like, whoa, this is pretty cool.
Can you do the little chest dance? Or you?
No, I've got the jumper. It's too cold here, mate.
Okay, cardio. Are you a fan of cardio, or do you have like a love-hate relationship with it?
Oh, I actually love it. There's a fair bit of cardio involved in the program, the lean rip program. I do like some long distance running, so I miss that a little bit, but I'm back into it, I guess, once a week now. So I do enjoy cardio. Yeah,
nice. Okay, when you're exercising, do you listen to anything?
Yeah, I've got a couple of different playlists. I range a lot in music. It goes from some sort of deep house beats to country music. It varies on the day.
Yeah, okay. All right. So that's actually a pretty big blend from like deep house to country music.
It's huge.
Okay, food-wise, what's your favorite dinner?
Coming off I'm a big fan of burgers. So once we got the nutritional plans and I found the open burger, I saw that was one of my go-tos for the entire challenge. And no, it's great.
Nice, so good. Okay, were you a fan of the shred bars, the Max's shred bars?
Loved them.
What was your favorite flavor?
Caramel crunch.
Caramel crunch. Nice. I love the white chocolate raspberry. Oh, that thing just gets me going. All right. A little bit of a shift. Do you have a role model, maybe a friend, a family member, or like a celebrity?
Oh, geez, that's a good question. I probably don't, to be honest. I've never really thought of it. Just off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone.
That's okay.
Sticking out. Yeah, sorry.
Right, mate, moving on. Last question here is about advice. So if someone came up to you and was like, Simon, I'm looking at your photo, you look amazing, and I want to get fit and healthy, or I'm planning to do the challenge, what advice would you give to that person?
Yeah, definitely get yourself organised. That's the biggest thing I found was sort of having your day sort of set out, whether it be by sort of meal planning or having a time set down for when you're going to train, or just allocate times and have everything ready. Sort of, there's no hassles once it comes to breakfast time or dinner time. It's just there, ready to go. Once it gets to training, it's 5 o'clock. Set yourself your hour and just go for it. But that always worked for me.
Right. So setting up that environment and having that routine really makes for that success, right?
Yeah, definitely. But I guess it's different for everybody. But sort of, I'm a bit of a sort of timetable man. I love to have a time set down, and that just adds to the motivation, I guess.
Yeah, so good. Isn't it like discipline equals freedom, something like that?
Yeah, that's it for sure.
Mate, last question here was about meal prep. So it sounds like you're very organized and, is preparing. What was meal prep like for you?
Yeah, I love it. That sort of come Sunday afternoon, I'd look forward to sort of ducking up to the supermarkets and spending a couple of hours just getting everything ready for the week. That's sort of, it's just become a ritual, I guess, every Sunday arvo. That's what I do.
So did you cook for the whole week, or did you cook for a few days and cooked again? Like, what was that like?
No, I do it for the week. So I do the 5 days, and then come Friday, I'd be sorting out for the weekend following that.
Was that lunch and dinner, or just lunches?
That was just lunches. We'd have dinner sorted set out for the week though, so it'd be just a matter of spending a half hour to get dinner prepped every evening, but easy enough. The meal prep plans are good and sort of pointing in the right direction on what you should be doing in the kitchen. So
good. What is it? Proper prior preparation prevents piss poor performance, something like that?
Yeah, that's the one. All the P's.
Mate, Simon, let's wrap it up there. Thank you so much for donating some of your time to be part of the Challenge podcast. You should be so proud of your transformation, and I know that you'll be such an inspiration to the people in your communities and your circles, and then also within our community. So for that, mate, I thank you on such an amazing result. Thanks for listening, guys. If you like the show, share it with a friend or leave us a review on iTunes to help us spread the good word.
See you next time.